How often do you talk about musicians that are alive today in your music classes? How often do you talk about hip hop, R&B, and rap in your music classes? As someone who listens to those genres of music and studies works of composers that are long dead, I can tell you there are many parallels between them. I'm here I'm here to tell you why hip hop, R&B, and rap should be incorporated into our world of music appreciation because of how much it draws from and shares with classical works. Georgetown University offered a course called Sociology of Hip Hop that was centered around Jay Z. And hip hop has barely scratched the surface of study in academia. It is needed because in high school and collegiate music history, theory, appreciation, and literature classes, we focus on composers that have been dead for at least 50 years and fail to mention anything about entire genres that have impacted today's music. Isn't it sad that out of the hundreds of courses that are offered in universities and colleges, that so little of them focus on art that is still alive and changing? For example, let's take Alicia Keys's Fallen. In that, you see that she draws from many different places. In the opening passage, she talks or she has a speech like or a declamatory section that is remnant of opera. There is a section called a recitative right before an aria, a more emotional and heartfelt and memorable uh, part of a work. She also takes from Chopin and middle to late period Beethoven. Take a listen to this piece by Chopin. Now we can fix this problem by offering more classes that build on the knowledge of classical music and connect it to modern music. With these courses, students will have a better understanding of progress from Mozart to the Hamilton soundtrack, from Bach to Beyonce, from Beethoven's Fifth to Jay-Z's 444. If we're not teaching people in a way that they can grasp and understand the concepts, how can we expect them to appreciate it? If we continue to ignore what is popular now, involvement in the arts will continue to decrease. The National Endowments for the Art said that participation of classical music has dropped drastically with respect to the population. This disconnect between orchestras and students will continue to grow. So let's be more inclusive to the different forms of music and expression. We can do and present research on this and show our professors and department chairs that there is interest in this field. So let's save the classical arts and appreciate new music in academia. So let's stop doing ourselves and students a disservice by not representing more forms of expression. And think about this. When you enjoy discussing music that may be on your Spotify playlist,